Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of StarCraft, where I take you through the missions and how to get the achievements. Today's mission is Whispers of Doom in the Wings of Liberty campaign, and the achievements are Whispers of Doom, complete all mission objectives. Those objectives are bring Zeratul to each xelnaga shrine, Zeratul must survive, destroy the Zerg hatcheries, escape to the Voidseeker, Stalker Delight, complete the mission with 3 or more stalkers on normal. Merely a flesh wound. Complete the mission without Zeratul taking any life damage. This mission's pretty cool because it's basically the first commander mission that you get a commander with abilities. And the abilities Zeratul gets are basically he has the blink, which allows him to teleport short distances and through obstacles. And then he has this kind of like temporal stasis ability, which basically allows him to stun a unit for a few seconds. And it's really useful because if you use it against detectors like overseers and the spore crawlers, it basically stops their detection for the time while they're stunned. So you can just kind of move in while it's stunned if you have cloaked units and take out the unit. Zeratul's other ability, as you can see, is he's a cloaked unit himself, and it doesn't require energy, so he will stay cloaked for the entire time. As long as he's not being detected by a detector. Now, you don't have to destroy that first detector up there, or right there, but you probably will need to stun this next one. Stun and destroy, I should say. He usually can take out detectors about maybe 2, maybe 3 shots, so he's pretty good on DPS. He can stun the overseers, but as you can see, he doesn't have any way to deal with aerial damage, so you'll have to wait until you get your stalkers to take out the overseers. You can still stun them, but you want to try to avoid them mainly. Yeah. You'll stun it, avoid it, and run away. This is the first shrine right here. Basically, all you gotta do is move Zeratul to stand on the little circles once you do that. This is where it starts getting a little bit hairy, because he'll start getting attacked by all sorts of different units now. And you'll want to stun that overseer, just because if you don't, your Zeratul can take a lot of damage from this. So, basically, target your overseer with the stun, and then have all your stalkers target down the mutalisks one at a time. And try to keep your stalkers on a separate key binding from Zeratul, because basically you want to be able to select them individually, just so this way, like this, you can pull the stalkers in to kill the overseer, and you can basically get rid of any damage from below that you'd have to take. There we go. Get them to at least disappear, or bury, not disappear. Now you'll want to grab one stalker to pull these mutalisks, and then once they're pulled, use all your mutalisks to target one at a time, and take the all your stalkers to target one of the mutalisks at a time and take them out. Because the last thing you need is to spread your damage out among all of them, because basically that's wasted DPS and you'll take a lot more damage that way. Okay. Now that I got Zeratul hiding up here, I'll stun the spore crawler and then just take it out. And Zeratul does have some decent shields, So you don't really have to worry about keeping him out of combat. Matter of fact, you will need to use him in combat quite a bit. Yeah, unlike most stealthy units, Zeratul can actually, take some damage. Versus, like, Nova, when she's trying to fight things, she will basically, like, get hurt really quick if you're not paying attention. And on these Broodlords, you want them to patrol forward, and then when they patrol forward, you're going to use Zeratul to stun them, and then you're going to use the Stalkers to take it out. Just like that. And the Stalker should have enough DPS to be able to take it out before it is out of the stun. Now you'll want to wait for this Broodlord to patrol back forward before you take him out. And don't worry about using your Stalkers on the Broodlings. Zeratul can take those out no problem. Alright. Now that you got rid of the Broodlords, you don't have to worry, so you can just mop up the Overseer and the Spore Crawler, and you'll be fine for the rest of this part of the mission. I didn't have to stun the Spore Crawler, but I just figured I'd do it anyways. Well, wait, yes I did, because I didn't see that the Spine Crawler. On this next part, it's kind of tricky because there's going to be an ambush, and what you're going to need to do is basically trigger it and then pull back. So basically you're going to take Zeratul and just kind of march him forward at least enough till he triggers the ambush, and then you'll pull back to that little edge where the Stalkers are. Kind of keep him at the fork right there, because he's going to need to be the one that takes out the roaches and stuff that come along. You will need to stun this Overseer that's coming, so be ready for that. Or maybe you won't need to stun the Overseer. Maybe you'll just stun the Ultralisk and try it from there. Alright, now that that one's been dealt with, you can go ahead and move on. As you can see, you'll also be getting more Stalkers throughout this mission. I believe you get 2, maybe 3 more Stalkers before the end of this mission. Because one of the achievements is basically you're trying to finish the mission with at least 3 Stalkers. I think I can get through with I get through this with about 5 of them. Now be careful with this, because there are Spine Crawlers and Broodlords all over this pit down here, and if you're not careful, they can take you out pretty easily. So what you want to do is you want to stun these Overseers, and then bring in your Stalkers to take them out. And you want to do that pretty quickly, because as long as there's a flying unit, the Spine Crawlers can pick on your units. Now for the Broodlord. I'm not sure if I can get him from here, but no, I think I have to catch him on the end. So basically run over here to the end, stun him, and then pull your stuff in to attack him. Yeah, I managed to lose a Stalker there. I probably should have done the Overseer first, but it was traveling with the Broodlord, so I wasn't sure if I could get it. Go ahead and move the Stalkers in so I can clean this Overlord up. And then basically you'll warp zeratul down into this pit and just have him clean everything else up. I wouldn't send your stalkers down off in there, because basically when you destroy the hive, it'll spawn broodlings, and that may accidentally kill one of your stalkers, so it's better not to even bother with it. Alright, we're coming up on the second xelnaga artifact. I'm pulling back because there's a hatchery that's hidden before one of these that basically eluded me for like 5 or 6 times going through this mission, and it was kind of frustrating, and I could not remember where it was. Yeah, on this one, make sure you destroy the rocks. There's going to be a patrol of broodlords and a patrol of broodlord and a patrol of mutalisks. You're going to want to pull the mutalisks first. And then once you have the mutalisks dealt with, you're going to take out the broodlord, and then you'll take out the overseer, then you'll take out the broodlord. Yeet! Wait a minute. Let's pull back. I don't care about the overseer, but that broodlord, that's a meaty. Just trying to pick him off with my stalker. Yep. That's the reason why I was trying to keep it just to 1, is because there's the ultralist that's buried down there. Go back to this stalker picking on the overseer. There he goes. Alright, now you'll use zeratul to come in and stun the broodlord. Well, after he takes out the ground and stuff. Then you'll stun the broodlord. Then you can use your stalkers to clean up the broodlord. Alright. And always, since this is a stalker mission, use blink a lot, especially in combat. Not only can it give you a tactical advantage, but it can also help you in basically that when they blink, their shields will regenerate for a certain amount of time. Now on this one, it's kind of like a game of tag, because these banelings are going to come all the way around, and as soon as they get to just where you're at on this ledge, you're going to blink over to the other side of the ledge. Like that. And then they have to come back around. And so basically you're going to be picking them off the whole way through, and then when they come back around, as soon as you can, blink back over to the other side, and just keep picking them off. This way you shouldn't take any damage from the banelings. And there you go. Yeah, the path continues up that way, but this is where that hidden hatchery is. Well, one of the hidden hatcheries, I should say. And it's kind of an annoying one. It's not real bad, but it's definitely an annoying hatchery. Moving these guys up so I can take this overseer out, so I can take the hatchery without having to worry about broodlords. Or broodlings. Man, that would be nasty if every time you destroyed a Zerg building, its spawn brood lords. It's like, oh, wait a minute. It's like, instead of attacking the base, I'm just gonna, you know, attack the resources. There you go. That takes care of that one. Now you can move everybody back over and continue on up the path. That was the first one that gave me trouble. The one that drove me absolutely insane is coming up, though. Stun that thing. Yeah, all the buried units. It's a pain in the butt. It's like, you couldn't have given me one observer? I mean, come on. Then again, he probably would have gotten taken out by the Scourge that keeps flying around through this mission. Yeah, if I seem like I'm going kind of slow on this mission, I'm letting the shields regenerate each time before I try to advance. I'm trying to play it safe rather than get anything unnecessarily killed. And for the most part, instead of moving like I am, well, in this part, it was a good thing that I moved as a group, because you want to take these guys out before they can root, because once they root, they can start dealing damage, and that's a bad thing, because they can take out a couple of your units before you can take down at least one. So, you want to take them out before they can get down the ramp. But for the most part, when you're doing this mission, you want to kind of basically use your units to stay behind and use Zeratul as your scout. And then when you assess the situation, that's when you bring in your stalkers and everything like that. Alright. This is really close to the end of the mission, and you get another stalker, which is great. On this, go ahead and stun the Ultralisk first, because it causes everything to attack the Ultralisk. So that's basically a good thing, and it'll wind up costing less units. As soon as you're done with that, you're going to want to try to move up this ramp over here, and let the Zealots take care of the stuff down below. You are going to want to try to take out these brood lords so they don't start basically killing off the Zealots. And then as you start killing stuff off, they're going to spawn Nidus worms, which you're going to need to take out from up here. You can try to take them out from below, but I wouldn't suggest it because, again, it puts your units at unnecessary risk, so I wouldn't move down until stuff is out of your range. Now that they have everything cleaned up down there, go ahead and move all your troops. I figured I might be able to jump up there, but I think I have to go back up on the ledge. Because this is where the third one is that drove me insane. Oh, no, I can actually get up there from down there. Yeah, you can see how if you're not paying attention, you will miss this hatchery. And it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, it's got 2 detectors, and it has roaches and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can't pull everything down and then try to take it out as it comes down the ramp. Always remember that blink, especially when you have stalkers that are at low health. Trying to pull the last of those roaches. Stun that spine crawler and then move everybody in. The reason I'm pulling my stalkers back now is because when I destroy these buildings, they're gonna spawn broodlings, and basically I don't want my stalkers to take any damage from that, so I'm moving them off to the side. And since I destroyed the detectors, the broodlings won't attack my zeratul, so. There we go. Now I just wait for these broodlings to die, and I can bring my stalkers up so we can go ahead and warp back down. Yeah, because the cliff is literally overlooking that path you were just fighting in, and all you have to do is blink right back down. You can blink down, but you can't blink up to it, which is the pain in the butt. And there is the third xelnaga shrine. And then this is where the mission gets complicated. Well, not complicated, but frustrating, because you have to be able to run and gun without stopping. You're going to want to stop detectors as soon as you can. Instead of stunning that overseer, you should probably stun the spine crawler that's down there, so this way it doesn't deal extra damage to your units. And then rather than putting your units on patrol, you want to keep them constantly moving. And then don't destroy these rocks, because basically when the Zerg come through, they're going to destroy the rocks with a big force. And so you want to kind of blink past them and make them waste time. Also, wait to move zeratul in until after all your stalkers are in there, or else you won't get credit for them. Well guys, there you go. This was Whispers of Doom. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and give it a like and a comment and share. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.